All right, welcome back. American universities, well, they've come under a lot of scrutiny lately, and if you ask me, I think it's well-deserved. So when headlines like this come across the tape, we take notice here. How about this? Harvard University is looking to borrow $750 million, that's an M, through taxable bonds as the Ivy League school's federal funding is under review. As part of ongoing contingency planning for a range of financial circumstances, Harvard is evaluating the resources needed to advance its academic and research priorities. That's what a university spokesman said on April the 8th, a couple days ago, in an emailed statement responding to questions about this bond sale. Now, this latest offering follows a $450 million bonds issuance in March. So with a new sale, the university's total borrowing for fiscal year 2025 is going to rise to $1.2 billion, despite its $53 billion endowment, which, by the way, folks, is the largest among colleges in the United States. Now, Harvard relies heavily on federal funding, which might be curtailed. I wonder why. So why does an institution with $53 billion need to borrow money? Now, we thought we'd ask an expert. Please welcome to the show Dr. Carol Swain. Dr. Swain, $53 billion in your checking account, and you have to go out there and ask mom and dad for money. I don't understand.
Well, I was told that rich people never spend their own money, and so Harvard is very rich. They have a $53 billion endowment, and they would like to grow that endowment, and you can't grow that endowment by spending it on the institution.
All right, so the reason that they're looking to spend some money is that they might have some money taken away from them, correct?
Well, that's what they say, and they should not be getting federal dollars, in my opinion. The research that Harvard and Princeton and various universities have spent over the years, we've seen and heard some of those projects. The money is not always well spent.
Well, so and considering these other schools and what they're doing, in the news lately, bringing over students that are causing problems. We've now seen the administration saying expelling some of these students. I mean, with that in the background, or maybe even the foreground, it seems to me that going out there and trying to sell bonds isn't really the right plan of action.
Well, it's PR because they will spin it, or the media will spin it as the Trump administration is taking funding away from universities, and they will spin it as if it's for ideological reasons. So I think that there's more going on in that sense than just, we know that Harvard doesn't need to borrow money. They don't need the money, but it gives them an opportunity to spend it.
All right, so when we make up Doge for private companies, do you think they could go take a look?
Someone should take a look.
Because it just doesn't seem to me, that doesn't seem right to me. Now, and we still have a problem with these universities. I mean, in your view, where are we and how long would it take to get back to, I don't know, what, the academia of the 1970s when I think things were a little bit more fair?
Well, first of all, the universities have become lopsided when it comes to students because many of the students that come from China and Saudi Arabia and the foreign students, they are paying their own expenses. They are not getting scholarships. No. They're paying a full ride. Plus, their countries have invested in the universities, and so they have built centers. And so there's more going on. The U.S. moved to put America first. It runs counter to the way the colleges and universities have moved in recent years. And we know that some of those universities have trained students and faculty that were outed as spies when it came to technology. So it's very complicated, I believe. I support what President Trump is doing with these institutions. They will have to rethink their whole mission. They are no longer, as I've argued before, marketplaces of ideas. They don't bring in divergent views. They are ideological centers. And so they may shift around and try to reposition themselves until they reposition themselves as institutions of higher education and really focus on why they were founded in the first place. A lot of those universities were founded for the purpose of advancing Christ. They were Judeo-Christian roots. They have ran so far away from their roots. If I could make every university president sit down and read the mission statement, read about the founder of their institution, and ask themselves if that founder were to look at the institution today, what would they say? I know they'd be spinning around in their graves.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, I can concur with a lot of what you said there because when I was an adjunct professor of finance at DePaul University, and they had to bring me on because they had classes that were just 100% full of Chinese students paying their own way, and the university loved that because there was, that was good money for them.
It is good money for them, and the Confucius centers that were set up. I mean, it's just so much that America has done through the institutions, the elite ones, that's weakened us.
Right.
And the DEI and all of just so much of us being on the wrong track started with the universities.
Thank you very much for being on the show. Love it when you come in. We got a couple of call phones we're going to